Hi everyone. So this is my new house that I bought. Like I said, I came from California and then moved out and I came to Texas and I lived in my apartment for about a year. And within a year that I am in Texas, and I bought this house. I think one of my biggest dreams that really came true. It happened. I am so happy. I actually couldn't even believe that I was be able just get a house on my own as a woman who is actually over 40 something and never ever had my own house, and entire life was thought about just have to have a man. And I would like to show you a little bit short tour of my house inside. And it does take me a lot of effort to do everything on my own, and because I never really done any of those stuff before, it's really a huge transformation and a huge, I would say really big change in my life. Okay, so let's go. Okay, we're going inside the house. Like I said, I actually spent a lot of time, effort to basically change a little bit the build out, because this is actually a brand new house. I had to wait for the builder to finish all of my construction, but I ended up didn't really like the floor they did for me. So I didn't like those, carpet in my bedrooms. So I ended up hired, floor contractor, redid my floor to this kind of marble floor, which I really like. Like here, I actually still didn't finish to put up on the wall, and I actually just finished assembled this one by myself, this cabinet by myself yesterday. There's still, I don't want to have TV because I don't think that I'm gonna wasting my lifetime to watch movies every day or news. I definitely don't want to watch any news. So I decided not going to have any TV on this wall. Maybe eventually I'm gonna have some kind of projector, something like that, just to, in case that sometimes I do want to have a gathering, together watch something. I think that'll be okay. And here you go. So I actually bought the furniture. I just, every day. So today is June, it's actually August 2nd, 2022. I bought, the house actually got closed. I got the key on May 19th, 2022. So it's really about 2 months. So I literally, worked myself to death to basically put everything together in this house. Still, there's a lot of stuff to do. I still have some furniture actually coming in that I need to eventually put up. It's a beautiful house. It's really beautiful, especially just for me to live here. And then also there are some lights I'm going to eventually put a drop down, those kind of lights. And then here I would like to put island lights here, for the bar area. There's still some work. And I love the refrigerator that I actually picked. I also switched my this stove from the one that the builders put in here for me. I didn't like that color. I didn't like that design. So I actually bought this one, to match the feeling that I would like to have for the house. And then this is the pantry that I actually did some organization. Everything takes a lot of time. It's not, now looks like easy, looks okay, nice, but it does take me time to really put everything all together. And also see that picture there, I even didn't be able to put up yet. I need the hooks. I didn't have the picture hanger hooks, so I ordered. So it will still, yeah, this is my lovely robot floor swiper. It actually has the mopping function in it too, but I still didn't have time to figure out how to use all the functions. So all I did was just press the button and then start, and then this, robot just gonna go all over my place. For right now, just to swiping, and then I'm not really very sure how the mopping really gonna do, because I don't trust. I like to be very clean and organized, so I'm not sure the mopping function will really works the way I want it. But I did bought a manually mopping stuff. So in case this one's not gonna working very well, I'm going to mopping by myself. So that's it. I don't think I need to show you guys my bedrooms, but it's like a wood floor. I can show you probably one of them. Now I'm using for, like here, I'm gonna have a piece of very nice furniture coming in on the hallway here, and like here. So now I'm using this one of the bedroom for my office right now, since I don't really have somebody coming here to sleep for right now yet. My kids are still in California, and then they didn't really want to stay here as a long term right now. So really there's no too much point for me to spend so much energy to fix all the beds and everything in those bedrooms yet. Okay, one more thing I would like to show off a little bit is that I did this by myself. I actually put up those under the cabinet lights by myself, which is very nice. The thing is, for a lot of you guys, if you guys ever actually did any housework or actually lived on your own to trying to have a house, the living situation on your own, you don't feel this is so much work or something very special. But for me, to put up everything, it's literally the first time I ever done in my life. It is very scary just by yourself to do everything, because you never know you can even do this. You can really make it happen. But I did, and I'm very grateful for what the universe actually really sent it to me. Okay, so now I'm here in my living room area. Yes, thank you for watching my tour. I know that a lot of people already have your own house, so this is not something very big deal, but for me it is a big deal, because like I said in my past videos that I think that I just want to do something for myself to at least, not showing to other people, but showing to myself that I actually can make something happen. And especially after a very, very painful breakup. So especially when I realized that that stay in those dysfunctional relationship is really not doing me so much good. So it is a painful process to realize those kind of stuff. I finally understood that, you have to go out to, I would say, really recognize the relationship with yourself first. I have to basically build a relationship with myself, that when I have a good relationship with myself, that's where that I don't need to feel I have to go out looking outward to get some love, some validation from outside people or other resource. Having my own living nice place is one big step, but it's definitely not gonna stop from here. But the thing is, in this episode, I really want to say that it really, it's hard for me to describe that if you are the person that you never really done anything in your life, like me, I never learned how to really basically living a independent life on my own until over 40 something. That is very scary. And I actually know that there's so many people out there probably are like that, not just only me. And I would be happy to be one of the, example to show those people that, if you got to the point, if it's your time to spiritually consciously aware that whatever the life you had before, you constantly basically living in the same kind of pattern, but that pattern eventually make you realize that that's actually bring you a lot of pain and suffer. At one point, it's your time that you're gonna wake up. Everybody has different timing. I see that some people wake up at a really young age right now. Especially all this social media stuff. People actually know more about this kind of stuff way earlier than our generation. So I've seen those, young people waking up spiritually at really young age. And then I've seen people like me, we have our own timing. And then this is the time that I see myself that, finally I have more higher conscious. Finally, I actually be able to truly self-reflect, to see myself. I think that really brings all the beautiful things into my life. Like I never done my like gardening stuff. In the first time, when I look at my neighbor here, they're doing the gardening. They're the grassing, clipping stuff. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to do this. Like, oh my God, what should I do? I just look at them. They probably feel I'm weird because they don't know why I'm actually staring at what they're doing. So, it's just that kind of very unknown feeling really kind of make you so scared in that moment. But I ended up, I went on YouTube. I, did a lot of research. So, and I finally learned how to, I just literally watching. It's like from very beginning the step, how do they really do those, mowing stuff. And then luckily, those videos are really helping. So I still right now don't know how to put that, the grass collector, that bag on my mower yet, because I bought the one that with electric wiring. I didn't want to buy the gas one. I also didn't want to buy the battery one, because I don't want to get into the problem later on, worry about the battery problem, that happens a lot. So I don't want that. So I bought the wiring one. I mean, this one works pretty well so far. I didn't figure out how to put that bag on yet. But even though it is a little bit more hassle to basically drag in that heavy, electric wire, all the way to my yard, multiple feet away, but still, I think it's manageable. And then when my daughter came here a week ago, she saw me I was mowing, on those, front yard and the backyard. She even commented, she said, "Mom, you are so different now." This actually make you look so attractive. I'm like, wow. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was basically, I saw myself, I'm like a clown, I don't even know what I'm doing. But in her eyes, she actually shows more, more respect, more, I would say more appreciation of her mom, as a model in her life, that she knows that, probably when she grow up, whatever happens, you don't need to worry about it. As long as your mind, your mentally mind is strong, you basically know that whatever happens, you are going to fight for it. You're going to go through it. I think, she's going to be all set for her own life. And I'm glad that I can be a sample, to showing my kid, especially in this broken world right now, the society we're living in right now. It's pretty much, I would say, dysfunctional. So she will grow up, she might have a bigger chance, to, engaging, get all those people close to her that, most of them probably are dysfunctional, unfortunately. But at least I want her to have some kind of, skills to survive on her own. I rarely in my life that, because I had my ex-husband, before that, I always had a man in my life, I never be able to, in my past, I was just literally finish one relationship and then went into another one, without, any time to be able to sit down, look at myself. So but the thing is that actually created a lot of, I would say, really, it's like a delusional, delaying for my own life to build something that I actually can build. Like those kind of furnitures, I really didn't know. I was so scared to assemble them because I never really done that before. I always had a man around me basically do it for me. So I really, in this house, those big furniture, I didn't really assemble it because I didn't really have that much time and the energy to figure out. I actually hired a guy, came here to assemble those two big furnitures. But like those kind of smaller ones, I really just did it by myself. I'm proud of myself. So, anyway, my video here is really more about self-improvement, self-growth, and I would like to be one of the example, to show the people who is coming towards this kind of direction, or they're still in the area that they're not really ready yet. But they know that, whatever in their life right now is not that really serving themselves, even though they're still having a lot of fear to make the choice like, I did right now, which is okay. You gotta respect people's timing. I think, the universe give everybody's different timing. And, my future goal is to basically build a garden here in my backyard. So I'm going to try to learn how to do the gardening and how to basically planting and just raise some my own vegetable stuff. So I hope in the future I will be able to do some videos about those process of basically building this nice yard, to have a kind of like a more like a semi-sustainable lifestyle that I don't need to go to grocery store buying all of those kind of vegetables. So I'm gonna be able to in my home here have more than half of the veggies that came from my own. And in my future video, I would like to show, some cooking styles that I do, and then some other hand making stuff that I'm making, and maybe other stuff. Also some kind of more like a deeper, insightful thoughts from my own journey. I think that's this video's about. Like I said, now when I look back, I saw myself in my entire 40 years old, that time, that I see that I did actually possess some narcissistic traits. It's not, I don't think I'm ever really at the high level, definitely not. I was just this kind of, this little wounded, very scared little girl inside of me that basically, for surviving mode, I think I was kind of like literally, blocking my own true self, or basically really don't have a true self. So basically go outward to trying to, looking for those relationships to trying to basically help me to get what I wanted. I saw that, that's why I didn't want to be like that way right now from here. I'd rather just living here by myself. First of all, I don't want those kind of dysfunctional, toxic people come into my life, to destroy, to harm me, to hurt me, to use me, manipulate me. I don't want that kind of stuff anymore. I also don't want to be the person that, doing the same kind of thing to others. I don't want to go out to find another man that, I feel like I love them. I don't want to do that, I don't want to be somebody that go out to basically use another man later on, get tired of that man and then, basically, and then get rid of that man. I don't want to do that either. So, I actually, I think that I found my way on my healing journey to heal myself. Who knows? But that doesn't mean I never ever will find another person. I don't know. I just never want to put that cap on that thing. Thank you so much. This is this episode, and I finally in my home. I actually drove my car with everything I packed in my car last year, 2021, and that was actually June 20th. That's the day I actually drove my car away from California, and I came here. But luckily, I didn't need to find another job, because my job, I literally transferred to Texas in the same company. So that's why when I came here, I didn't have any struggle to go out, find a job stuff. I literally started, working, immediately right away. And I'm doing very well in my work. So that's why I think I am okay to, at least, for my personal, like I can support myself at this point, so I'm very, very appreciative for that part. And I'm actually a very, I would say, go-getter, that kind of attitude person. So when I do something, I like to do the best. That's how I am. That part I would always keep, who I am. I don't want to change that part. So I have very good, strong, like a drive when I really want to do something. I love that part of myself. Yeah, so I came here June 20th, and then I think I ended up, I found an apartment, which I showed in my past video. I got that apartment probably after a month when I was in Texas. So that's like a little studio there that I made kind of cozy. And then, I lived there for about a year. And then that was the actually most sad, dark, I would say, really, like if you're talking about, I went through a dark night of the soul, that whole entire year was the time for me to basically lock myself in that, studio. When I get back from my work, that's all I do. That's all I did. I literally just got home and then, cooked dinner for myself, and then went to shower, and then all the rest of the time I'm just really just in that dark night of the soul mode. I watched a lot of YouTube channels about those self-aware, self-growth, self-loving, those kind of topics. I think at the beginning I was very obsessed, or you only can do that much because I was in so much pain. So I watched so much topics about narcissism, about like those tarot stuff, reading stuff. But at one point, I would say that took me about literally 9 or 10 months of obsessively watching those stuff. Eventually, I got really tired of it. I think that's you gotta be like that way, because that's your natural healing process. You can't just go all of a sudden jump into, oh, okay, now I'm just gonna get up, I'm gonna just do another whole different kind of direction. Oh, everything in my mind just pumped up. That's not how that works. I think especially after really like this kind of very, this is the most deep hurt relationship breakup. After this kind of breakup, I never really be able to wake up to myself until this relationship, this 5 years on and off, people call a twin flame kind of relationship. So if it's not this one, I will never wake up. I will still think that I have no problem. But once you wake up, really that kind of suffer and the pain. I never really know I even could feel that kind of pain. So that pain basically drove me to drive my car 3 days, away from California, just to, just get to a new place. So that's how that pain is. So I think that, for the very beginning, that, really take a person, you really just, all you can feel is really just the sad, and then extremely sad, extremely despair, that kind of, process. So, and then I think by after 8-9 months, somehow I just like, oh gosh, I'm sick of this, watching all this kind of crap, this is not gonna get me anywhere that, making me feel really more brighter in my heart, or, it doesn't make me feel more uplifting anymore. So I think from there, I start to really switch more. Like I start, really start to have, really pay attention for all of those, self-development, self-repair, self-awareness, self-work, those kind of topics in YouTube. And then I start getting really more focusing on that stuff. I start finding those stuff are more interesting than purely narcissists, what they are, what they do, all those tarot reading. I'll be honest with you, even like at right now, I still sometimes I would basically click few of those, watch it. But even I watch it, I feel I'm stupid. Like I feel like, oh my God, okay, all right, that's fine. So, which is a good process. I think that's a very good progress for me to get out of that, kind of zone. So now I am in very different zone. I really like that process, but the last 2 months, I really didn't do too much YouTube channel because I was so busy for basically getting my contract done, and then also, of course, moving, packing stuff. And then when I got to here, I had to really spending so much time basically to, put stuff together. So I'm still actually probably just about even in halfway right now. I still have a long way to go. But I'm so happy that I am now in this place. I am so happy that as a single woman, that I really didn't have any support, or too much help from anybody at this point. But I made it. I made it to where I am. I think that speaks a lot. And what they say that I actually like one of the very good influencer in YouTube. His name is Jay Shetty, that Indian guy. He's really, really, I really love his energy, the way, the kindness he has, the wisdom he has to offer. He basically said that, in this modern society, people in general, you actually gonna realize your purpose. You really, it's about when you get to 40, 50, 60 years old. Some people more earlier, probably about 30 something. But nowadays, people are trying to pressure, themselves finding their purpose in their 20s, because the social media basically kind of push everybody prematurely to trying to become something they're not really ready yet. They're not there yet. So that creates, a lot of pressure to people, created a lot of stress, a lot of, basically negative, energy or even depression to the people who couldn't, understand the reality, what this reality causing people, are right now. I like those kind of topic. I think that align with me very much. I'm glad that I finally see myself. I start really be able to understand my true self. I start to really be able to see my purpose, in this lifetime. I'm so happy. I have to be really grateful for everything happened in my life, good and the bad. The good made me enjoyed at that time back then. The bad thing is to give me a big lesson. If I didn't learn first time, the universe strike another one to me that I still didn't learn. I'm still stubborn. I'm still on my ego, living on my ego. So, and then, until the universe send me the last one, that's where I really wake up from that pain, that I start to really learn something. How can you not be grateful, right? How can you not appreciate? It's because there's a force there, constantly trying to teach us something, to basically helping us to basically get on that right path, that right lane, for us to really, have a life that we as an individual, that we truly actually really feel happy about, but we living in this distorted reality, the society teaching us so many different kind of, concepts about love, concepts about, value. So we actually already were out of that line, we're out of that track, but we don't even know that. So that's why we never can feel really truly happy. We never feel that true content. So we never feel that kind of deeply, proud of who we are. So, and then, the universe is constantly giving us something in our life to make us, trying to waking us up to understand that, and put us on the right track. I'm very grateful for that. I know that right now, I truly know I am on the right track. And I hope I can be here to basically waking up some other people, at least helping them to waking up. I'm not gonna be the person to wake them up. They have to need their own life lesson to wake themselves up. But but at least they will see another side tunnel. I feel I am on the other side of the tunnel. So, and then the people still in here be able to have something they can see. Okay, if I go through this dark tunnel, to do my work for myself, what is going to be looks like on another side of the tunnel. So I think I'm glad I can be one of those kind of sample to show people that who's actually coming behind me. This is where you probably could be too. Thank you so much, and then I will see you guys in another video.